Been a tough weekend for Tony Stewart. Been battling a little bit of a summer cold. Had a couple of bags of IVs yesterday and trying to get a race car to work for him this weekend as well. And I know Darian Grubb and his crew massaged on it all day long. What did you have there at the end when you brought it home fifth?
The two tires got us some track position at the end, but we were a little bit too free back to the gas. But I'm so proud of Darian and these guys on this Old Spice Office Depot team. We were probably, honestly, about a 20th place race car last night after happy hour. So a top 5 today feels like a win, but just an awesome job. Darian stayed up late last night and was working through different simulations and trying to figure out what combination we could change to and just make this thing better. But just a long weekend. Glad we had a great weekend for Old Spice. This is a home race for them, being Procter & Gamble being in Cincinnati, and we're going to lose them at the end of the year, but just I've had a great run with them for 11 years now, and just really appreciative of everything Old Spice has done, and appreciative of everything that Office Depot does for us too. So an awesome weekend for us.
I was talking to Darian before the race, and he said we need to get some wins. We feel like you're going to be a chase team, but you need those bonus points. You haven't gotten a win yet this year. Do you feel like you're getting close, or how close do you feel like you are?
I mean, we're still lacking. I'll be honest. I mean, I wish I could say that we were where we needed to be, but you know, I'm proud of our organization. I mean, all the guys that are at Stewart Haas Racing that don't get to come to the racetrack on the weekend, they've really been working hard, and the engineers have been working long hours and staying afterwards each day, just trying to make us better. And you know, that's all as a driver, and especially as a car owner, that's all you can ask for is the hard effort these guys are putting forth.
The Indiana fans were cheering for him today. Smoke brings it home fifth at the Brickyard.
Got everything he could out of that ride today and did a great job, and there is your race winner. In fact, for Jamie, 16 laps led is the second fewest laps led by a 400 winner. Guess who had the fewest? Yeah, if you guessed Dale Jarrett, you're right. He led 11 back when he won here in 1996. And of course, you want to talk about an interesting day. How about Kyle Busch? Remember, he was involved in that first lap mess, and Jamie Little's caught up with him.
And Kyle Busch brings it home 8th today, but after lap 1, Kyle, looked like your day could have ended. There was a multi-car wreck. How did you guys fight back from that?
I'm unsure, but we just gave it all we had. You know, I don't know what happened there on that first lap. I just lost it, I guess. And fortunately, we didn't get hit by many other cars. Just the 77 just barely touched us, and minor repairs to the car. But car drove well. It was really good. Just in traffic on the initial restarts and stuff, it was real edgy. But once we got single filed out, car drove pretty good. So thank Dave and all the guys on this M&M's Camry. They gave me a pretty good race car today. So fortunate for the month that we've had, we got back out here with a solid top 10 finish. So also just a special promotion for the Kyle Busch Foundation. If you go check out rowdybusch.com, purchase some stuff. It all's tax-free, and you know, hopefully we can get some sales for the Kyle Busch Foundation.
And Kyle, this weekend you had a new spotter, Eddie DeHaan, your interim spotter as of now. How'd it work out, and are you going to keep him on board?
Things went well. You know, Eddie was with me for all 3 races, and he did a great job. You know, we're going to go out, have some lunch later this week, and talk about a couple things on how he did, how I liked it, and what maybe Dave wants to hear different or something like that. But so far, so good.
Solid day for Kyle Busch. Thanks, Kyle.
Yeah, and he needed one, because if you look back over the last few races, and last 6, in fact, there are the numbers, guys.
Yeah, and just as Jamie pointed out, it could have been devastating, that first lap spin that he had there in turn 2. Could have gotten hit by other cars and had another one of those 40th place finishes, and that would have been bad. But they rebounded, did a fantastic job, and got a top 10 finish out of it.
Yeah, it didn't start out good at all for the Joe Gibbs cars. Denny Hamlin found himself in the pits with that debris in the grill, and he had to work his way, try to get back on the lead lap all day long, it seemed like. And Joe Logano got caught up in that early stuff too, and so he made his way back. So the Gibbs guys did a good job of rallying. Just didn't have any good breaks today.
Yeah, we documented all of those except Hamlin. He came home in 15th position. So yes, and you're right, Denny was down a lap most of the time and managed to struggle back and make the best out of what was a bad situation. But what a drive. I mean, when we talked about it right at the beginning, we said a lot of those cars that were involved in that first lap melee, their day was basically done, and Kyle was the only one really who came back and got back into the top 10.
He got lucky. I mean, let's just face it. He did. He spun in front of a lot of cars, and he was lucky enough not to hit anybody, or anybody hit him. And some of those other cars, I mean, Elliott Sadler, you saw Reed Sorensen get actually destroyed. His day's done right off the bat. So, you know, Kyle got lucky. He had some skill involved, too, and he did drive his way back up there, but he did have some luck on his side.
Well, the only Dodge to finish in the top 10 was Kurt Busch, as he came home in 10th position. So it wasn't a very good day for Team Penske. Let's talk to him. Jamie?
Well, Kurt Busch brings it home 10th today. Your best finish here since 2004, Kurt. What was your day like? I know it was eventful.
Yeah, it was a hard-fought battle. You know, ever since they diamond cut this track, I've struggled with it flat out. You know, I'll admit it. And we started off way tight, threw the kitchen sink at her, and we ended up loose on that end of it. But you know, just Miller Lite Dodge, hard-fought battle with the razor blade edge. I mean, we were just on that loose, tight edge, and we had some damage to the nose. It really hurt us aerodynamically at the end, about with 30 to go. So we hung on. I thought we could have finished maybe 5th if everything would have went our way, but we'll take 10th. It's just been a tough track for me in years past.
Now that we've got through it, we're ready to move forward to Pocono. What are you thinking about that next weekend?
Yeah, we struggled there last time there. It's a real rough racetrack, flat like this one, so we got our work cut out for us.
Good job, Kurt Busch. Top finishing Dodge today.
Well, while we've got a moment, let's talk about what's been coming up on the motorsports calendar. We'll have Mopar Mile High NHRA Nationals. The finals are tonight at 7 Eastern on ESPN2. And then the NASCAR Nationwide Series will be at Iowa next week. Join Vince Welch and the gang Saturday at 7 Eastern. That too on ESPN2. And then we'll be with the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series at Pocono, presented by Aaron's, next Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. And our coverage starts at noon Eastern with Countdown over on ESPN2. All right, let's talk a little bit more about Jamie McMurray. Again, he took the lead for the first time at lap 140. That's the latest a winner has ever done that.
Well, what gets me about Jamie is how well he's done since he's come back to Chip Ganassi Racing. It's been a great homecoming. It seems like, you know, he just never really got his mojo over at Roush and didn't have the kind of finishes that we can see that he can get. But, man, he came back to Ganassi, and they've welcomed him with open arms, and what a great success it's been.
Yeah, and I think Jamie will tell you that he feels like he's at a place now that he was wanted. You know, before he was just kind of making moves, trying to find his spot. But he's wanted back here. They sought him out, trying to get him back here to be a part of this race team, and everything happened for them right today. And you know, you talked about how late he took the lead. Well, it was a great pit call that got him in that position, and then he made a terrific pass.
Let's take a look at what we always call the money stop.
Yeah, I was calling for 4 tires for my guy, which was Montoya, and here they are taking 2. They get in here and make a really good stop, get out of the pits. Jamie's ready to go as soon as that jack dropped, and then he really had to race Harvick for this.
Yeah, I can't tell you how difficult this is right here to really drive it off in that outside lane right there. There's not a lot of grip up there to make that pass and get yourself in the clean air that you had to have to win this race. What a terrific job by Jamie McMurray.
And there was the celebration by Chip Ganassi and his team, and the burnout, which literally tore up the whole right rear quarter panel. And the celebration as they kiss the bricks here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So the celebration, I think, will go deep into the night for the #1 team of Jamie McMurray. So let's spin a little bit forward now. As we always have the big events. Let's talk about now, because we're going to start focusing on the chase.
Yeah, and Kevin Harvick, he wanted to be the guy that won this race for the 9th time and going to win the championship. Now, he's still our championship leader, but you know, you have to focus in on him. This team is doing everything right, and he's kind of put some distance between himself, even though things will close up here in just a few races.
And what has to make him feel really confident going into the chase is 4 out of the top 6 were Earnhardt Childress Racing engines, and so you got the power under the hood. You can make that car handle.
And there you see the photos. It never gets boring, does it? I mean, all the photos you have to take when you win?
As long as they want to stay there, a driver's willing to stay there and take as many, change as many hats, whatever you want to do.
Well, another year at the Brickyard. Can you believe there's actually been 17 of them, guys?
It seems like yesterday we came here, and we've seen so many great races and so many great champions, and Jamie McMurray is going to be a great one.
Yeah, it's just an exciting day for Chip Ganassi. I mean, as Marty said earlier, we may never see this happen again with an owner winning all 3 of those big races.
All right, let's talk about what's coming up. We got NASCAR Nationwide Series at Iowa Saturday at 7 Eastern on ESPN2, and then Sprint Cup Series action from Pocono presented by Aaron's next Sunday at 1 o'clock Eastern. Brickyard 400 is over, but we have more. Stay tuned. Next is Sports Center and more post-race coverage for our entire ESPN crew. I am Marty Reed. Thanks for joining us. Till we meet again. And the 17th Brickyard 400 at the famed Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
All we got to do is do our jobs right, and I think we're going to have a fantastic day.
Wagon, we are green.
I've never seen anything like this, you know. All these cars running hot just because of this grass kicking up.
As one Pablo trying to win the race off of pit road. There's Biffle at pit road. Speed will win and retain the lead.
Problems for Jimmy Johnson. Here comes your race leaders. Juan Pablo Montoya has opened up a 1.7-second lead. Oh, no, trouble right at the pit end. How fast things can change.
With a really good restart, can he hang on that outside here? Oh, takes the lead off of turn 1.
Jamie McMurray is going to win Daytona and the Brickyard 400 in the same year.
Kiss the brakes.